Hello everybody and welcome back to the gaming room. So, why am I way over here? Trying to get back to my spot. Where the hell is my spot? Way the hell down here. Hello? Did I move? Duck? There we go. Make sure I'm on the proper farm here. Yep. Well, as you can see here, I've got my bank, and I've got the Sawmill Challenge farm, and I've now got the Picton Ranch, right? Now, fortunately, the Picton Ranch starts you off when you start a new farm. It gives you, which is weird because it didn't, or did I switch it? Yeah, I switched it. Yeah, so it started with $500,000. So that ranch is going to be an add-on to the Sawmill Challenge. Now, it's got nothing really to do with the Sawmill Challenge, but it gives me something to do while I'm waiting for things here, right? Now, I spent a lot of time the other day, and I cut down a lot of trees, and this hill is a pain to drive up, especially with the tractor I've got right now. And it looks good as it is, but it's actually full of grass. I just kind of left it there because I mowed up here, but yeah, I got this cleared all the way back here, right to the end of the mountain. Still got a few trees I gotta limb off and drag down. Other than there, but yeah, right to the end of the map. Now I had to delete one tree because I cut it from like right here, right, and it got hung up in that tree, and I think that it's kind of off the map a bit. Because in all reality, I can't get to that tree. But I think it was just on the inside that I could cut, but it fell outside of it. So I had a real pain in the butt time trying to get it. So, anyways, yeah. So with all of these trees, and obviously a few extras, I ended up being able to fill these things. So both of these are full right now. And I think I put a few in here, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Yeah, put a few in here. This thing's almost full. So we're good on wood for quite a while. Now we're already sitting at 1.2. And again, I haven't checked the rules. I think we got to get to 5 million, if I remember correctly. But anyways, yeah, so we got the peas here, you know, and we've been just kind of collecting them until December. I haven't done anything more with the house. But, like I said, I've now got the other farm that we're going to do as well. It's got nothing to do with the, like I said, it's got nothing to do with the Sawmill Challenge. But There. I gotta sneeze. Hang on a second. Alright. So, go to the map. Of course, this is the sawmill stuff, right? But over here, this farm belongs to the Picton Ranch. So you see there, Picton Ranch, right? What is there? Meadow grass, yeah. Excuse me. And so I did um, go back to the map. I'm gonna come over here. We're gonna go visit the house. So I did delete or sold it under this ranch. Um, the buildable log cabin that was here. So that is done. That's gone. Now there is a wild grass field here, but I'm just going to plow it under and make a new one with this farm. This farm has not yet bought any equipment. So that'll be one of the first things we'll have to do. Right? So we're going to go over here. We're going to go visit. Now I've only got $218,000 that I can work with. And away from that. But anyways, so yeah, we need a tractor that is strong enough to do pretty much anything we need for the time being. And I always like using this tractor. Now, what color are we going to use on this farm? What's that look like? Not bad. Needs to be a little darker though, I think. Yeah, it should be okay. Or should we go a little, maybe that's a little too dark? Orange? I haven't done much for orange. Carpet rim color. Actually, you know what? Let's go back. Go back. We're going to go to this. Add to favorites. This will be. Oops. So back. We're going to go to the rims. Should we go to the same color of orange for the rims? Why does that look so different? It's close, I guess. Eh? So we're going to buy that. Back out of here. We need a plow. Nine meter. Let's make it the same orange. Yeah, looks good. We're going to buy that. And we're going to need some sort of planter cedar thingy. So we'll eventually get one of these. But I think for now, and since we can't do much without the seed, we're gonna go with this. That's yeah, we're gonna go with that. So we're gonna grab a couple of these. 3 of them should be good enough. And we need some of this. These are $46,000. Can we afford? It's 45 grand for lime. I think we're gonna wait on the lime. What is this? This is 94, 95, 27. I'm gonna go with the 9.5 meter. Fenders, really? Don't need fenders. Okay, so now we're gonna. This is gonna take a while. Well, I guess we'll take what we need as we go. Eventually, we'll have it all there. Can't we load this way? Guess we'll just have to do it later then. Yeah. We'll just do it later. Grab this thing. Right now, we gotta wait for that sawmill to fill back up. You know what? I'm only bringing it home, right? So we'll just do it this way to bring it home. There a hitch on the back of this thing? I don't think so. That's not on the back of that one either. Okay. So let's load what we can here. Not sure what this holds for fertilizer. Less than 1,000. Alright. Well, either way, let's bring this home. No, that's not home, stupid. So what do you guys think about this? You know, doing, I don't know, I think we're going to do, how can we make this farm a challenge as well? We started with $500,000. All right. Now, what I'm thinking with this farm, I may only do chickens. Now again, on this map, there is not a whole lot of extra factories, you want to call them that. So basically what we could really do is sell eggs. If we did chickens, unless we save up enough to put in slaughterhouse and blah blah blah, and then we could do stuff with the chickens that way. Now I cannot use anything from this farm or to do with this farm with the Sawmill Challenge. Right? I can't make money with this to loan to the Sawmill Challenge. I can't, nothing. You know, this farm is basically its own entity. I just happen to be doing the same thing, or doing them at the same time on the same map. Maybe I make it so that I can't upgrade equipment. I can't have more than one of the same thing, I guess, maybe. So in a sense, if I want a bigger plow, I have to sell this plow and buy a bigger, better plow. If I want a bigger or better tractor, I have to sell this tractor and buy a bigger, better tractor. So I can't have two tractors. And a harvester is not a tractor. It's just a tractor. Like the tractors are tractors, the harvesters are harvesters. So again, if I bought a harvester and I wanted a bigger, better one, well, I'd have to sell the first one to be able to buy the upgrade. I was thinking of putting it there, but I'm going to put the fertilizer and stuff in there. So I don't need this thing in the way when I try to back up to that, to load more seed and stuff. Now this ain't the fastest tractor around, but it's very versatile. It's got the front and rear 3-point hitch with PTOs. It's got 240 horse, I think it is. So it's a well-rounded tractor. This is such a long drive, especially when you can only do 40. I've also added, oh, pay attention, dummy. I've also added manual fueling as well. So I can't just drive up to the fuel station, hit a button. I actually have to get out and go to the fuel tank and fuel that way. Again, just making things just a little bit harder. A little more realistic, but you know, a little bit harder. Takes more time. Can't just rush everything now. I think I might have to hire sawmill owner to see if he'll come and get this seed and stuff for me. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Is this farm on the Sawmill Challenge is completely separate. Well, I know that's what's going to happen. It's completely separate, and yeah, no money made by this farm will affect the sawmill. Because it's such a long drive, though. A lot of color around here, though. Winter's coming. I guess something I need to check is how is the field set up? Seasonal growth stuff? I didn't bother setting that when I started the Sawmill Challenge. You put fuel in here? I didn't know we could put fuel in this thing. I didn't know that at all. I played on this map for quite a while. A few different times, and yeah. Yeah, those rims are still a totally different color. Okay. So this is where it's going to come in interesting. So we go back over here. Yes. Then we're going to come over here. And we're going to go like this. And we're going to go visits. Yes. And it is 1517. Okay, so I'm going to go to sleep. Hey, $178 property maintenance, 102 production cost. We are 100% hungry. So we're going to eat a full meal, 20 bucks. So I'll fill my water. Refill water, control I. Water is full. We are good to go. Yeah. It is going to be dark out. I think we need a couple lights up here. What do you guys think? This? What kind of lights do we want? No. something like this. Keep it from shining in the house. Just want something like this. One there and then one over here. Trying to find something I like. In school yellows down the laneway. What do you think? You know, I wasn't going to keep this as the driveway, but I don't know, it just seems to be working now. And we need to put a couple of these over here as well, just like I did with those ones. Side over here. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one in the corner over here like this. Move it away. There. I think that doesn't look too bad. Yeah, I really should get myself a pickup truck, but at least now we can see down the laneway a bit, see where it is. See what we're doing over here. See all the way around the sawmills. And we can see the garden. Maybe what, 3? 6, 9. Yeah. Did work, right? That time it did. Okay. And that's for the sale of those pallets, right? So that doesn't belong to the sawmill. Yeah, what do we got lined up in here? I think we're going to leave this for like a couple months. You know, just let it build up instead of making all these small little runs. Oh, you know something else too. If I wonder how that's going to work. Now I could easily manually transfer it, but because I've got everything is constructable, right? If the other farm builds something, I might be able to drop off there, which is basically me selling to that farm. So that farm is paying me for the products. Yeah, that might work. I don't know if that's how it's going to work or not, because, you know, technically they're both mine, but you know what I mean? So I'll have to see. When and if I actually build anything on this farm. Oh, yeah, I wanted to check this. Okay, so we're going to change this. So we're on seasonal growth, yes. Quick way to do it, right? I tab. No. So if I just switch farms quick and then tab over, then I don't have to go to the map all the time. Okay, so actually. So now what we're going to do, again, this is where it would be nice to have when I'm creating fields, I like to be high up so I can kind of plan ahead of where I'm going to go. And like I said, I'm not quite sure where we need to exhaust effects. What the hell is exhaust effects? Normal exhaust. I don't have any exhaust effects thing. Shift. I guess it's just on or off, eh? I don't know what that exhaust effects is. No. But either way, let's get back up here. We need to hit Y. Allow it to create fields. Now, like I said, there is a field that's already here, but it's only like wild grass. And so, and if I'm going to do chickens, I need wheat, at least, I don't even know if I have a chainsaw on this farm. How far the fields go over here, or how far the property goes. Oh, don't get on the road. So, first of all, nope, don't have a chainsaw. I'm going to get rid of some trees so we can continue plowing. That's it for now. We've got the outline pretty much done. Now we can just all around in here. So yeah, I think this is going to add, you know, a little more entertainment for one. Because we're not just sleeping and waiting for wood to show up. You know, but I still need to make this some sort of a challenge. Like I said, I'm thinking I'm just going to do chickens. No other animals, just chickens. So, chickens. They need food, so we got wheat, but I don't need straw. Which means I don't need a baler. I will need a harvester. Now, if I do bale, that just gives me extra money, right? Extra money to buy equipment, to buy chicken coops, to buy chickens. Eventually, we will have to buy more land. Now, right now, we could easily cut down a bunch of trees, sell them off somehow. Have to buy a truck or something. It'll probably be at a later date. I like how the front lights are kind of a yellowy color, but the back ones are bright white. More freaking seagulls going after the worms and the bugs and everything that I'm tilling up. Should be big enough for first little while anyways, to be able to feed chickens. Should give me enough wheat. Like I said, we've got a little bit of land in to the trees, so I can always cut some of that down, make money with that. As of right now, I've got nothing for money coming. Okay, so now, just trying to think of what's next here. Put them this way. Technically, yes, eh? I just clean up at the back there a little bit. And I could just basically line chickens all through here. Just tell me. Yeah, I know my land doesn't come out that far. Anyway, so 80 grand. So if I clean up back there, or I could put that as a barn right there and start back here. Still clear up a little bit right there. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Somewhere right about here. We can put a shed here for putting stuff in. Actually, speaking of which, let's silos? No. Bale and pallets, 250 pieces. Bale and pallet storage, yeah. It's 175,000. So if I put this down first, that gives me somewhere to put this down, and then I can start my things. So I just gotta make sure I gotta leave enough room. All right. So I'm thinking somewhere after that spruce right here. If I clear all these shrubs, should eventually find the edge of my property. Because it shouldn't let me cut them if it's not on the property. Alright? I didn't think the property came out this far. I mean, I haven't played this for a while, this map for a while, but still. I don't remember it coming out this far. You're getting right at the end here. Yeah, not let me cut no more. Soon I can cut. I don't know if I need to cut that one. So this tree is the end of the marker, or the end of the property. May as well cut these down and get money out of them, right? I wonder if it works in reverse too. If I go to sell these trees, can I sell them to the sawmill that I have? I'm quite curious about that. Now, I don't know how I would find that out, though. Should be the edge of the property right here, where I can't cut any more brush. Okay, well, that makes it, wow, that was pretty close, eh? One right here. Making a bit of a clearing here so I can kind of judge where the edge of the property is. Yes, that's it. So I was right close to the end of the property, wasn't I? From here, like straight across almost. That tree. Not bad. Okay, we're doing good. What the hell is this? What is that? Shift 4? The hell is Shift 4? Right action, course, pathfinder, multiplayer? What the hell is this stuff? Field work? I don't know what the hell that stuff is. Never seen it. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so, oh, can I even at this point in time? Um, thought I changed that. Why is it? I wasn't paying attention, I guess, when I said it. Anyways, no, not that. This. Up here. Seasonal growth is on. Wheat. And I missed winter wheat. Oh, well. So, is there anything I can plant right now? Grass. And that's it. Excuse me. What is it? Excuse me. Is it sorghum that chickens can eat? I think it's sorghum, wheat, barley for chickens, right? Yeah. You do carrots too? And corn? I thought it was only wheat, barley, and sorghum. Hmm. Okay. I mean, I could do corn. Okay, so, but to do corn, I would need a planter then. So right now, there's nothing I can plant or seed or whatever you want to call it. So we are going to go here, and go back to this farm. And we'll tab over to something that's in that farm. Yeah, that makes things so much easier. So we are 10 o'clock in the morning. There's not much I can do on the other farm, but it is getting cold out, so we're going to go that. All right. Yeah. So yeah, there's no whole hell of a lot I could do. I don't need to cut down trees. Just waiting for better loads to go. So we may as well take a winter nap here. So how's my lurker doing today? I don't think there's a light in this hallway. I guess there is. And we've got snow on the ground. Yay. Look how dark it is. 8 o'clock in the morning. But it's December and it's dark out. And we have snow on the ground. It's going to make driving a lot more difficult. Now, I think December is the best time to sell peas, right? If I remember correctly. It is. So at the farmer's market, we will should get 2059. See, it's not registering what I have in the trailer. Let's see now, if I get rid of this. Back to this. Yeah, it's only registering what's inside the 551. That's okay. Let's go. Disconnect all of this. We don't need the mower for the rest of the winter. See, it looks funny with the grass still there. No, let's get rid of the grass. The snow will show up eventually. And then it'll look better. Think I got rid of all the grass? Now when it really snows, it'll be all snow. And it won't look funny. It's still up here though. Now, I don't think the water freezes over, but it does get ice in it. You'll see chunks of ice floating around in the water. The 28.1, right? Well, let's say 28.2. Right, so right now we're going to go over here, over here. $28,200 transfer. That works pretty good. Now, to be able to do this, like the way I'm doing it, obviously you have to be in multiplayer. And in multiplayer, you gotta watch because for some reason, some mods will not participate in multiplayer. Like I don't have my, when I go into building mode, I don't have those boundary lines show up because they don't work in multiplayer. So yeah, that there, it just keeps track of, you know, what the non Sawmill Challenge is producing. Now, if you're wondering what this is, I put that in. That is just for me as a marker that when I'm cutting trees, I do not want to go any further than this. So it leaves trees along my house kind of thing, along the driveway. Just kind of a boundary marker for myself. Okay, so right now, let's see, what do we... See, now that I got rid of that house, that log cabin, it doesn't show up anymore. So, for the planks goes to the warehouse, prefab goes to warehouse. So if we load the long planks and the wood beams, they go to the farmer's market, right? So we want long planks, which are here. Let's get them out of here. Pick up the wood beams easy there. Same thing there. So long planks only. Shift R. Okay. Should be close enough here. Beams, Shift R. Loading weird. Deal with you in a minute. Turn, turn. Thank you. No, not that much. See if we can get these to load a little better here. So we're gonna unload. Where's unload? Unload. Yes, but unload which side? Where? Eat, drink. Left side, you. I want the right side. Now, what am I loading? All type? No, I want wood beams. So we're going to go Shift R. Oh, the controller quit. Why'd the controller quit? Either way, now I want, what do we want? Everything quit. Back now. We're back. We lost control of things there for a minute. Why? We want long planks. Shift R. Okay, that's better. Now, let's go to Farmers Market, I think it was. Sliding, sliding. Here we go. 182,000. Not bad. Now we're going to go load the rest of this stuff and bring that to the farmer's market. Another 96,000 there. Not bad, not bad. Sun's finally peeking up over the trees. Just wondering, if I load this stuff, I wonder if the prefab walls will go on top of it. If not, we'll have to just make another load. be that way. Okay. Well, that's the end of that. So, once again, we are doing pretty much nothing on this here. So, what do we got for shavings? Wood chips, 110,000. What are they worth right now? January's best time to sell them. Wood beams I could have waited. I mean, I didn't lose a whole lot. Planks I could have definitely waited though. That's okay. Wood chips, January. I'll wait a little bit. Well, next month, but we're already looking at 120,000. You could probably get 121 for it. Not really anything you can do on the other farm either, is there? Yeah, a couple trees, but other than that, okay, so let's go see here. Wages paid? Who's paying wages for what? Wages. Never mind. Warm, people. It's warm. Yeah, so I'll just wait a couple months for this stuff. I wonder if I should turn on these ones, because this one here is what, 127? This is 66, so. So we're going to turn this on. Planks. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably run this stream for another 20 minutes here. I'll go back outside. I got some welding to do. Yeah. I'm gonna remember to back up. Remember to back up before I turn around, otherwise it freaking steals the log back. Nice that they're uniform and everything. You know, no branches, no nothing. But it would be nice if they were at least 1,000. They're only 920 or 960 liters. That's it. So you gotta keep it going for now. Nothing on the other farm. Not until I can plant anyway, so. Yeah, so I'm going to go, well, I guess another 15 minutes now. And then we'll shut down the live stream. We cut open Dad's old wood stove there because it wasn't working right last winter, so we cut it open, cut the top off of it, changing the design of it a little bit. So now that we did that, I gotta start welding it back together, but Dad needed to put in a welding plug. So this has 83 wood, and this has 38 wood. I think every month this thing uses about 50,000 liters. I think we were at like, what, 82 for this one? We're down to 30? So I'll bring her up to about, 55, 60,000 liters. And then I guess we're going to have to go cut more trees here soon. Now I'm not going to cut trees as of right now on this side. Go over there, cutting trees. Couple more. Just to be sure. It's 50 something over in that one. 83 in that one. I know I was going to bring the wood chips in, but not too worried about the wood chips. Yeah, everybody, thank you so much for being here today. It's muchly appreciated for you stopping in. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that bell notification, make sure that all notifications are turned on. Please, if you're not subscribed, I would love it very much if you did hit that subscribe button. So with all that being said, my friends, you have yourselves a great afternoon. No matter what you're doing, have fun, Do it for yourself. Until then, later.